What's up, guys? This is my geography channel, and just like in the last video, this video is going to be about Djibouti. We finally got to Djibouti. So Djibouti is a country in Eastern Africa, right on the Horn of Africa, bordering 3 countries. It borders Eritrea to the north, Somalia to the east, and Ethiopia to the east and the south. The capital and largest city is Djibouti City, and it sits right on the Gulf of Aden and the Gulf of Tadjoura. The second largest city is Ali Sabai, and it sits in the southern part, not too far from the border with Ethiopia. And then there's Holol, which is another city right next to next to the Kwahai River. It's not really a city; it's like a town. And Djibouti, they're really diverse. They have lots of tribes and colors, and they also are home to but they have lots of lakes. And on the border with Ethiopia and Djibouti, there's Lake Abhi. Lake Abhi is a border lake between Djibouti and Ethiopia. It's not a lake that you can drink out of it because it's dirty water. And then Djibouti also has the biggest lake in the country, Lake Gubet, and it sits right in the center, which is a really cool part. And then there's also Lake Assal, which is the second largest lake in the country. And then on north of Djibouti, there's the Gulf of Tadjoura. And then the Mochanga Island. The Mocha Island is an island in Djibouti. And Djibouti has lots of other islands too, right on the coast. And Rahaito. Rahaito is a really, really small town in Eritrea, right on the Red Sea. And it's Rahaito is in Eritrea, but it's like a little border town with Djibouti. And yeah. And then Dumira. Dumira is an island on the border between Eritrea and Djibouti. Eritrea owns the island, but Djibouti and Eritrea has always had a little dispute on this island. It's like Greece and Turkey. Greece is made up of several islands, and and Greece doesn't own all of it. Turkey owns that, but Dumira is owned by Eritrea. It's even in Tigrinya. But yeah, Rahaito is a small border town in Eritrea. It's very close to the Djibouti border. And then Rahaito also sits not too far from the Quimira River. The Quimira River is a river bordering Eritrea and Djibouti. Not a lot of people know it because it's not a river to recognize. And then this it's like a little neighborhood in Djibouti called Sidhal Mongela. It sits right on the Harog River and the Kumira River. We're not too far from the border with Eritrea. And now, in southern Djibouti, with the border with Ethiopia, there's many rivers, but some doesn't have names on it. Kota Boya. Kota Boya is a city in like a little small town in Djibouti, not too far from the Ethiopian border. And then there's La Yakodo. La Yakodo is a little town in Somalia, right on the Gulf of Aden. It's just like Rahaito, it's a border town with Djibouti. And Djibouti also has the same thing. Loyada. Loyada is the same thing. It's like a border town with Somalia. And Djibouti, they're a pretty small country, but they're really diverse. And then on the Gulf of Tadjoura, there's Tadjoura, like I already said. And now we're going to talk about the regions. The regions in Djibouti are 6, just like Eritrea. And now I'm going to tell you all about them. So this one is Ali Sabai. They named this one Ali Sabai because of the city Ali Sabai. And then there's Arta, and even in the capital of Arta region is obviously Arta. Arta sits in like the north central. And then there's Dikili, which is the biggest one out of all the other ones. And then there's Tadjoura region, which also is home to the city of Tadjoura, and which in Tadjoura is also the capital of Tadjoura region, and it also sits right on the Gulf of Tadjoura. And there's Obak. Obak is a region bordering Eritrea, and also the Red Sea to the south. And then there's the Djibouti region. The Djibouti region homes the capital Djibouti city and Balbaya. Balbaya is a city, it's another urban city close to Djibouti city. Now we're going to talk about the official languages of Djibouti. Djibouti, they speak Arabic and French. Because as you can see Arabic around the country. They speak Arabic because their religion is Islam, and most people that follow the religion Islam, they speak their cultural language, but they speak Arabic. Not all of them, but most of them. Djibouti is bordered by the Afar region in Ethiopia, and it's bordered by the Somali region in Somalia. Now, the reason why they speak French, back then in the late 1900s, Djibouti was colonized by France, and France was a strong country back then, so they owned lots of parts of Africa, and they even owned this small part. It's called French Guiana, and we'll tell you that about French Guiana in the next video. Djibouti, they speak French because it was colonized by French back then. So that's why when you go to cities in Djibouti, you can see street names in French. And in Djibouti, they also sell French fruit too. Djibouti is a highly diverse country. In Djibouti, you can see lots of Somalis walking down in the streets. Djiboutians, you can see even some French people. You can see lots of different people walking in the streets. And Ali Sabai. Ali Sabai is like I said, the second largest city, but Ali Sabai is not in Djibouti. Ali Sabai is actually in Somali. Djibouti, they have a lot of islands right on the coast. In Djibouti, they also have a dispute with Somalia over some islands. The border, you can see Djibouti owns some of the islands, but Somalia claims that they own some of the other islands too, if you didn't know that. It's like the same thing with Greece and Turkey. And Djibouti, there's also Arta. Arta is the capital of the Arta region, as we all know that. And then there's Djibouti region. The capital of Djibouti region is also Djibouti. And the biggest region out in Djibouti is actually Dikili. Dikili is a word it's a word in Arabic, you know. And the capital of Dikili is obviously Dikili. Most of Djibouti's regions, their capital is just the same as their region. Okay, that's it for Djibouti. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and the next video is going to be about Kenya. Okay, bye now.